Hi, I'm Luke Lango, and this is Investor Place Quick Picks, where we communicate to you some of the market's best investment ideas in just 10 minutes.
America's leading innovation investor, Luke Lango's Investor Place Quick Picks.
Today, we're going to talk about a penny stock with some seriously huge upside potential. The name, Numinus Wellness, ticker LKYSF. Now, I'm not a huge fan of penny stocks. As I always tell clients, penny stocks are trading under $1 for a reason. And that reason is usually not a good one. After all, every stock goes public at a $10 or higher price tag, so if a stock is trading down below $1, that means investors sold it down 90%. Not great. But every rule has exceptions, and my exception to the penny stock rule is Numinus Wellness. The stock price today, 80 cents. Not great. But the fundamentals underlying Numinus Wellness are very compelling. And if a few things go right for this company over the next few months, the stock could soar to $10. Why? Because of a little thing I like to call the shroom boom. Mental health and drug abuse are huge problems. About 450,000 people worldwide die every year from drug use, while nearly 1 billion people worldwide presently suffer from a mental health or substance abuse disorder. As it turns out, the reason mental health disorders are such a huge unmet medical need is because we have long shunned the very drugs which work best to cure mental health issues. Psychedelics. Yes, those psychedelics. Magic mushrooms, LSD, MDMA, DMT. A recent wave of academic research has discovered that these formerly taboo drugs actually have immense therapeutic potential. A pair of recent Johns Hopkins studies have found the active ingredient in magic mushrooms, something called psilocybin, can significantly help with smoking cessation and reducing alcohol dependence. An even more recent Johns Hopkins study, published in 2020, found that psilocybin can relieve anxiety and depression levels in people with life-threatening cancer diagnoses 4 times better than traditional antidepressants on the market. That finding corroborates a previous NYU study, which found that psilocybin causes a rapid and sustained reduction in anxiety and depression levels in cancer patients. Meanwhile, a recent UC Davis study found that psychedelic microdosing can produce beneficial behavioral effects in patients with mental health disorders. The list goes on and on and on and on. The groundbreaking research here is irrefutable. Psychedelics help cure mental health disorders. Now, this breakthrough research is coupled with shifting public perception. Netflix has released a flurry of pro-psychedelic movies over the past 12 months, highlighted by Have a Good Trip, Adventures in Psychedelics, and changing laws. On Election Day 2020, Washington, D.C. and Oregon both passed measures to decriminalize and legalize psilocybin, to create a foundation for a new class of superior psychedelic-inspired medicines to become the global treatment norm for mental health disorders. This is an investment megatrend that you don't want to miss. And it all starts right now with Numinus Wellness stock. Now, Numinus Wellness is a $180 million, fully integrated and verticalized mental health company based in Canada that is focused on developing and delivering psychedelic-assisted psychotherapies to address various mental health and substance abuse disorders. There are lots of companies in the space, but Numinus stands out for its early leadership in the Canadian market. The company's Health Canada licensed bioscience lab has been operating since 2012. It is broadly considered the first psychedelics-focused research lab in Canada. Because of this, Numinus is the first public company in Canada to receive a license to produce and extract psilocybin from mushrooms. As the first and only company with this license, Numinus is the first company to both partner with MAPS on Canada's first compassionate access trial of MDMA for PTSD, and plunge headfirst into Canada's first compassionate trial of psilocybin for substance use disorders. Plus, the company just received amendments to its federal license in Canada to allow for the possession, production, assembly, sale, export, and delivery of a wide variety of psychedelics, including but not limited to ketamine and LSD, both of which are firsts. So, in essence, Numinus is the only company in Canada that is actively engaged in multiple trials testing psychedelic-inspired medicines for treating mental health disorders. At the same time, as the leading company in psychedelics-inspired therapies research and testing, Numinus is also the leading company when it comes to commercializing and delivering these drugs. Through its health division, Numinus is already actively supporting 3 clinics in administering ketamine-assisted psychotherapy. Now, when it comes to early leaders and emerging megatrends, you have to always ask, can they sustain their lead as the market grows? With respect to Numinus, the answer is yes. And that's because over the past several months, the company has executed multiple financing deals and now has $65 million in cash on the balance sheet. Excluding the psychedelic market leader, Compass Pathways, that's about as much cash as anyone has on hand in this industry. With that cash balance and its recent business momentum, Numinus Wellness has what it takes to sustain its early leadership in the shroom boom via acquisitions, R&D investment, and strategic partnerships. Long term, I'm very confident that Numinus will emerge as one of the more important players in the psychedelic-inspired medicines space. Now, in the shroom boom, you have 3 leading companies: Numinus, Compass, and MindMed. Compass is the clear leader with its Calm 360 treatment that is going through clinical trials, but none of these 3 research-first biotech startups has a revenue-generating product in market yet. And long-term, all 3 have incredible potential thanks to promising R&D today. Yet, Compass Pathways has a $1.4 billion valuation, MindMed $1 billion valuation, so pretty similar. Numinus, market cap, $180 million. Tenfold less. Now you back out the $65 million sitting on the balance sheet and you're talking about a $115 million company here. So some of this discrepancy, can be explained through company maturity, but not all of it. Instead, fundamentally speaking, most of this gap shouldn't exist. And that's why Numinus Wellness stock may be one of, if not the best penny stock to buy today. Well, that's all we have for this edition of Investor Place Quick Picks. I hope you like what you saw. If you did, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, smash that like button, or follow me on Twitter, where I love to engage with readers, watchers. If you want to talk stocks, I'll talk back. Until next time, cheers and happy investing to all.